This week on the Courtside Bike Polo podcast, we have an absolute legend of the game. That's right, Lefty Will joined me for a conversation courtside, and I was able to record the whole thing for you. Now, we talk about a bunch of stuff. We talk about his playing career, what he's been doing since retirement. We talk about his play style and his philosophy of the game. There's so many amazing nuggets here for the beginner player, but also the veteran player. Please enjoy.
Full disclosure, I'm a 1/3 owner in North Pole Bike Polo. And honestly, I think it's great stuff. I always say it. If the aliens ever invade Earth and for some reason the future of the human race comes down to me beating them at Bike Polo, I'm grabbing a North Pole mallet. I find the combination of performance and durability can't be beat. Whether you're a rookie just starting out or you're heading to Worlds, NorthPoleBikePolo.com is the best place to get your polo gear. And I want to give them a big thank you for sponsoring this podcast.
This podcast is brought to you by Toste Bike Polo. Toste makes the most amazing wheel covers. I got a pair this winter and I've been beyond impressed. What's super cool about Toste is that they actually ask you your wheel size, the number of spokes, and then for each individual order, they custom cut a pair of covers to fit your exact spoke pattern on your wheels. I have never had a pair of covers that fit my bike like these, and they just feel so rock solid, and they're quiet. If you want a pair of Toste wheel covers or just to check them out, head over to @TosteBikePolo on Instagram, and maybe even send them a DM. That's how you get a pair.
All right, Will, it's good to have you courtside with me. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Will, I got to say, I started playing bike polo in 2015, I think.
Well,
And I watched a lot of Lefty Will videos for
Nice.
sure. You know,
Because you're a lefty, so
yeah, I am. Yeah. So
okay.
me being left-handed, I'm like, who are the left-handed players I can watch? Like, where do they kind of place themselves on the court? And that meant I watched a lot of Call Me Daddy and a lot of Lefty Will.
Well, that's cool.
All right, I got a question for you. We'll start off with this. Is it true you started playing bike polo on your grandpa's bike?
Grandpa's bike? No, it's a bike that I found on the street. Okay, the second bike was my grandpa's bike, actually. First bike I started on was a foldable Peugeot found on the street. Second bike, yes, my grandpa's cycling bike. So that's the first frame I used to go freewheel.
Okay.
Yep.
So what was it like? It was like a road bike?
It was a cycling, just road cycling bike, yeah. Tiny
Okay.
size. My grandpa was not a tall man. He was very short. So it was perfect for polo.
That's so funny. It's so interesting. I mean, like bike polo is probably so different back then. What got you into bike polo?
When did I get there?
Yeah, when did you get into it and like how did you start playing? Let's start at the start of your story here.
Okay, cool. Well, I discovered bike polo in 2009. Summer 2009, I was just walking back from work and saw this group of people playing a weird sport in Grenoble, in France. And I recognized one of them. So I came closer, he invited me to kind of try it. So I think I said, maybe not. But I would come back next Thursday. And I think the next Thursday I came with a homemade mallet and that foldable bike.
So it was a foldable bike and what was the homemade mallet like?
Was ski pole and just a piece of PVC,
Oh,
plastic.
really? Okay. So that's like a pretty good mallet for back then actually.
It was actually the diameter of that mallet was so tiny. It was very hard to hit the ball. So not the best conditions to start.
Yeah. And so what city do you say that was in?
This is Grenoble,
Oh, okay, okay.
which is
I
still a
kind
city where they play polo still. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of picture you more as like a Paris bike polo player primarily. So when did you kind of transition to Paris and why?
Yeah. So I started in Grenoble. I played there for 2 years, I think, and then moved to Paris when with my team, we were making results. I was like looking for jobs too at this period, so I took the opportunity of moving to Paris for job and bike polo, but mainly for bike polo.
So what was the team called?
But when I moved in Paris, that was Call Me Daddy already.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've been playing for 2 years, and then Call Me Daddy already started forming.
So I played 1 year with Rolling Hoods,
Okay.
two guys from Grenoble, Ian Mappel and Johan. Johan was actually a friend from university that I met again in life through bike polo. And when Johan dropped the team because he played one season with Call Me Daddy, then we chose to play with Greg. And as Greg was living in Paris, I was looking for a job. I think Paris was just making more sense for you know for my life at this time.
So was it primarily because of work and moving to the big city to find a job, or because you wanted to play more high level bike polo?
Yeah, that was both, but mainly bike polo.
How old are you at this time?
I was 2000. Wait a second, I need to do the math here. 26 maybe.
Okay, so 26. I remember, I mean, when I graduated university, I kind of like moved to Toronto for a year because they had a bigger, faster polo club. Like I
Ooh.
pretended like, oh, I need work experience and I don't speak French. I got to move to Toronto. But I really was very similar. It was like in the back of my mind, this is really because they have a big and a good bike polo club.
Yeah, I think this leaded my decisions for a long time. Like, where do I live? Especially about bike polo. Even when we moved to Canada, because now I'm living in Canada, it was the first thing. Like, where are the bike polo courts? And I'm still looking for them.
For those who don't know, Lefty Will, he lives like 40-minute drive from my house in Ottawa, and he's far from any bike polo court. Like,
Yeah,
you decided to retire to Valdez Mall? I don't know.
yeah, that's a pretty cool place. Like in the wild, in nature, and they've got this beautiful hockey rink, recently asphalted. You played on it.
I've been
You
there,
can
yeah.
confirm it's the best. The boards are amazing. Only the size is a bit too small.
Yeah, but so why isn't there a Valdez Mall polo club, like, taking over?
Yeah, it should. It should. I should start that.
That's cool. Let's get back to, your history. So you moved to Paris. Did you find a job? Like, how'd that go?
Yeah, I found a shitty job to start. Was not super happy there, but it was only for 6 months. So I worked there for 6 months, then took a year kind of to take the time to find a better job and play more polo. So this is actually when we became world champs. That's
Wait a
because
second, isn't there a time when, like, L'Équipe just kept crushing you?
sorry,
What about the team L'Équipe?
l'équipe. Yeah, with
The
that
Swiss
one.
team, the Swiss team
Yeah,
L'Équipe,
yeah,
did they beat you a bunch of times first?
yes. This was when I was living in Grenoble because those guys were European champions few times, I think. Maybe they won 2 times, 2009, 2010, something like that. But when we formed Call Me Daddy, we definitely formed Call Me Daddy, created Call Me Daddy to build this kind of team. L'équipe was kind of our goal. I'm not saying we were inspired, but we really wanted to beat them.
So, okay, so what was their style of play? Like, you formed this team to beat them. Was it just you needed a good team to beat them, or is there a specific style you're trying to beat?
They were playing so well together, like the
Yeah.
three of them, like circling, doing circles all around the court. They have this great strategy, but they were also great individuals. So
Mm.
my point was to get three good individuals, and then the
Yep.
strategy will follow.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so that was the idea of the beginning of Comidadi.
Okay, so then how did the team actually form? Because you had your team in Grenoble, but
Yeah.
then it came to Paris, and then some of the teammates changed. So what was like the big push forward to being a competitive team that was challenging for Euro champs?
Yeah. So the first season with Rolling Woods, I was discovering bike polo. We had so much fun. And at the end of the season, we're like, okay, what do we do? And I wanted to play more competitive. So Johan too. Maple was like a little older than us, didn't really care. So we found an agreement, and during a tournament in Toulouse, I met Paul for the first time.
Yeah.
In 2010, and I was like, okay, this young guy has so much potential. He comes from soccer, so he's used to like play for the team. Very generous player. So I talked to him. No, I think I phoned him. I called him like a week later. I remember I was at the office one morning and took 10-minute break to call Paul from Toulouse and ask him to make a team. But Paul was playing actually with two good friends.
Yeah.
So it was a bit complicated for him to say goodbye to his friends. So he took the time to think about it. And he said, you know what, let's give it a try. So we played a tournament in Constance in Germany. And I think we did great. We did second or something. He took the decision to come play with us. So this first season together, we won the French championships.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was awesome. Like just to make it and as early, that was super cool. And
And
after that was the idea to move to Paris.
okay. So you won the French championships and you're okay, it's time we take this seriously. Let's move to Paris. And was the Paris scene just better at the time? Like were there more players, more competitive?
Yeah, a good court, more players, like playing 3 times a week.
Wow.
The weekends were not great on Invalid, the spot where we used to play, but this is touristic area, so not
Oh, you
really.
played in Parc Invalides?
We played on Invalid for many, many years. That's historic bike polo there.
Wow. That's
It's
a
not
crazy park to play polo in.
beautiful, like everything is golden all around, like
Yeah.
it's beautiful. So we
When I
love this one.
fly when I fly to Paris with, like, my wife and we're on our honeymoon, like,
You
we
got
walk through
your
this park.
wedding pictures there.
Yeah, we go to take pictures there. I can't believe you guys were smashing balls and
No,
crashing
no,
your
no.
bikes.
That was cool. That was cool, man. Every Sunday mornings, like, oh, I think it was Saturday, sorry. Like the best, just the best.
That's so cool.
Running through pills.
And then in 2011, you go to the United States. Is that the first time you've been to the United States in Seattle?
Yeah, so that's the following on of Colby when Johan couldn't make it to Seattle 2011. And we had to find a Serb like 2 months before the competition, before the World. So we knew Greg was there for a road trip around the US to play polo as much as he could. So we asked him, he said yes. So yeah, first time in the US, amazing, like in Seattle, amazing people. Also part of bike polo history.
Yes, for sure.
It was created there, right?
Yeah.
We are just like so amazed by everything. And I don't know what happened, like, but we managed to do second. Second. It was like a dream where we were like, we couldn't believe it. Play the final of the world in front of that crowd. A little sunset, was so nice, man.
It's really interesting because prior to Call Me Daddy coming out and coming second at 2011 World Championships, the game had really been dominated by North American teams, right? Like the Guardians and the Beavers, obviously. Call Me Daddy's a really amazing team in history for bike polo because it kind of ushered in this kind of era that we're in now where the European teams are mostly dominating the international competitions.
Mhm.
Um, but Call Me Daddy kind of was the team that caused that flip to occur. They were the first ones, right? So you come second in Seattle, and who did you play in the finals in that tournament?
Well, that was against Crazy Canucks from
Yes,
Vancouver.
Crazy Canucks.
That's one of my biggest nightmare in bike polo. Let me explain you why. Because like, so this is a final. We are playing so hard, both teams, and it's 4-4-4. Golden goal, I think it is. Few seconds left. Greg, my teammate, takes a shot on the buzzer, last second, but
Really?
the ball goes in 1 second
What?
later, 1 second after the buzzer.
Oh my gosh. So you could have been the world champion in 2011.
So for 1 second, I was like, I'm world champion. And no, golden goal again, readjust. And this guy just takes a shot at the just
Yeah.
and score a goal. End of the story. That was tough.
That is just like the whiplash you must have felt from being a world champion to 2 minutes later losing
Insane.
on a big rip on the
Yeah.
just. I'm sorry
Um,
that happened. Well,
I thought about this every day for 1 year. I can promise you. So it gives us a good motivation for the next year.
yeah, well, I mean, it paid
Mm.
off. 2012, you're the first Euro team ever to win the World Championships.
Yeah, in Geneva, that was pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
That was
And
really
I mean, I've heard about that tournament. It's kind of a legendary tournament, the Geneva World Championships.
yeah, it was nice. Like everybody was there from the past, Guardians, Beavers, everybody was there. Just amazing. And just to mention that, yeah, when I started bike polo, watching North America was like very inspiring. But same, it gave us we were underdogs and we wanted to show them what we do in Europe.
Yeah.
And we were very lucky to be able to play so many tournaments in Europe, like once a month minimum. So easy to travel to. That's a reality. So if you can afford it, you can play so much polo in Europe. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know
And
how to do it anymore, but
that kind of started that. I guess like the first kind of rivalry that I see is like kind of the Beavers and Call Me Daddy. You guys faced each other a lot of times in those 3 years at the
yeah,
top
true,
levels.
true, but with being good friends,
Okay.
like those guys. I played with Kremen in London. Like it was like good competition. I would say
Yeah.
with respect too.
Absolutely. And
Mm.
how was the game kind of different back then in like Seattle and Geneva and Weston even in those world championships? What would you say was like the biggest differences between maybe what some of the newer players that are listening to this podcast are seeing nowadays?
Yeah, I think the first worlds I played were in Berlin, and this was like a war. We were playing fixed gear. Our legs were covered of blood. So it was really, really physical and dangerous kind of thing. And
Yeah.
now I'm super happy the sport is safer.
Yeah.
That was the main difference, I would say. And also maybe more technical nowadays,
Okay.
where young players like just drive their bikes crazy, handle their mallet like very well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of different, but the competition was tough back in the day.
Yeah. So it seems like it was a more physical game back then.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of bikes would people be on in 2011 or 2012?
The strongest bike you can find. Now seriously, it was also a bit of random bikes still because it was not like affordable to have a custom bike, custom
Mhm.
frame so easily. Um, we were lucky with Colmedari to be supported by Riding in Circle in Italy, friend
Yep.
builder. So that was pretty cool to have steel frames.
I actually read something that I was going deep on the internet before this interview, and I read this little article about how you were the first person who asked Riding in Circles to make a 700C wheel size frame.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they were doing only 26, and they developed this geo. It was not like the best geo to start, I have to say. They did try a few things. First frame, I had too much to overlap, but then they corrected that, and now I have a frame 700, and I play 27.5. You say in English?
Yep, 27.5. Yeah.
27.5. I play with 27.5 on a 700 frame. That's
Oh,
fast.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So Riding in Circles, for the listeners who maybe weren't around 10 years ago, was like that was the most premium bike polo brand of bike you could get custom made to your body dimensions and sizes.
Mm.
And you can, if you ever see anyone at a polo tournament that has a Riding in Circles, they're like an OG like player from back in the day, but they did something. What was it your relationship like with them, with Call Me Daddy at that time? Like, were they a sponsor? Did they give you guys bikes? Were you supporting them? How did that work?
Well, first of all, they were friends. Like they were people we met around the court and that were supporting Call Me Daddy. Then they offered to make us bikes. We were only paying for the shipping, so that's
Oh
pretty good
wow,
deal. Yeah, yeah.
that's a good deal.
So that was a frame for 200 euros, maybe something like that,
Yeah,
maybe less.
yeah,
We
and they
had
were pretty cool.
Yeah, we had 3 or 4 frames each. One with
Each.
couplers because we started traveling a lot,
Okay.
so they made a couplers version.
Oh, like a
Yeah,
coupler frame that comes apart so you can
yeah,
fit it in a bag. Okay,
mm,
yeah.
a small bag to take the plane.
Yeah, I've seen Alexis using one of those too, a coupler frame for riding in
So,
circles.
that was a nice relationship for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so 2013 Worlds, you go back to the USA, Weston.
2013, very nice videos from that. Uh, Good atmosphere. It was hot and wet, but we had good times there.
So no hay bale boards at that Worlds?
No, no, no,
No, eh?
no.
No, not at all. So Montpellier, I mean, now you're in France, right?
Why? That was
Um,
a very good souvenir. Playing in France for a world in Montpellier with like so many people we love around the court. Good
mhm.
atmosphere. Like, it was cool, man. And beating the Beavers in final again. That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was that again, that matchup,
Yeah.
Call Me Daddy versus the Beavers in the final.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that
What
was
was it like playing against such like a legendary team like the Beavers?
well, you had to play 200% for sure, man. They will
Yeah,
don't give you a chance. And in Florida, we lost, I think, because of details like this final.
mhm.
For the last goal Kremin scored, I think I went out of the net a little too much. He takes this big shot from his half, boom, and I cannot just reach it. Like it just goes in the
Just
goal.
out of reach.
Yeah, out of it.
But
So
then you
good
get
luck.
to win on home soil the next year.
Why that was important.
And that's the last time we really see the Beavers
Yeah,
at all,
yeah,
right? Like they
yes,
haven't played a big tournament since.
yes. So then they stop just like that. I don't know why exactly, like, because it's hard to quit bipolar. I think I know Kremin is still kind of interested.
Yeah, it's
He plays sometime.
some of them still play every once in a while, but we haven't seen the Beavers team since. But we did see in 2014, that's the first time we kind of see Outlaws on the podium.
Yeah, they did great. They did great. The first time I need to tell that story. The first time I have met Dodi was
Uh-huh.
in Lausanne, in Switzerland, on a rooftop. The tournament was organized there, and just this guy, like coming out of nowhere, was literally pushing l'équipe, like elbow push, shoulder push to Manu. Manu was like stopping playing because he couldn't take it. He was like, "What's that? Like, it's not
So you
like
mean he was like pushing other people
why he was
while he was
playing
playing
wrong.
with his arms? He was playing very rough.
He
I
was
mean,
playing
the
wrong.
legend about Doty is that he like just played by himself
He went
for
practice by
years.
himself. Like that's insane." So I was like, "Whoa, who's this guy?" It was kind of so yeah. He proved like years later that it works to practice by yourself.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I mean, he's probably one of the most famous goal scorers in Bipolar history at this point, the way he can ball handle. So 2014, Timaru, and what was it like going down to New Zealand? I mean, that's so far from anywhere you've been before.
So that was one of the best journey we had with Community. We were followed by a Red Bull team
Oh, cool.
to film a documentary. So they were following us since Paris. That was kind of like crazy. But unfortunately, we lost uh, at Golden Goal, the final.
Yes,
The
again,
wonder.
a golden
Well,
goal.
we're amazing, like so well organized too. Very serious.
Tell
Um,
me more about the Red Bull thing. Like, what was that? What's going on there?
I think we were. I don't know who approached us, but like anyway, we are so happy for the sport to be followed by Red Bull. I think that's something that could have been interesting in the media. Um, but it was also a bit sketchy. Like the director got it off during the editing or whatever afterwards. Anyway, that was not the most important for us. Most important was the Wolves. We lost it this year, and that was a bit sad. But we had such good holidays there, like
Yeah, so what was so special about being in New Zealand?
mountain biking in New Zealand, like swimming. I don't remember the name of that city, but there is a city like surrounded by mountain where you can do anything, like base jump. You can you
Yes.
you can do everything you want, like outdoor activities, like everything is there.
Like, you can go surfing and skiing in the same day?
One same day.
That's
All we are
incredible,
doing,
you know? Be on
yeah.
the beach, then go up the mountain. That's pretty cool, and so I picturing you and the rest of the Call Me Daddy, you know, Greg and, everyone just, base jumping in New Zealand?
That was just Luca and I think. The other like Paul went on a trip with his girlfriend and that's it. I think Greg was not there. Greg was
Oh,
not.
so it was you, Paul, and
And
Luca
Luke.
that year. Yeah. When did Luca join the team?
When Greg retired from competitive polo before coming back, I think when we lost in Florida, I think Greg said, "Okay, I'm done," which was like fine, like. But so we were like, "Okay, who do we call?" We were like, "Okay, this young guy, he's only 16 years old, but I will ask his mom if he wants to, if he can join the team."
Okay.
That was kind of like that.
Where how did you know of Luca? I mean, it seems strange that you pick a 16-year-old from the UK.
Yeah, I think it was we were playing a lot like against each other. He was playing for True Danger, team from Paris. So he was already like able to make a lot of tournaments. I don't know if he was 16, maybe he was 17. I don't remember. But yeah, I asked Luca one day. I think we were in UK at this time for a tournament, and he said, "Yes, man, I'm honored." A 17 years old guy who says, "I'm honored. I'm so honored. Like, let's do it." And I think we won the first world championship we played with him.
Yeah, I mean, he'd already played on Dead Rappers, right? Which I think had come 4th in a previous
Portugal
Worlds?
in Geneva 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So he would have been maybe 15 at that time?
yeah. No, so it was like he was a very good player. He's still a very good player, still world champion. Good for
Yep.
him. That's amazing.
Yeah, still world champion.
Yep. So happy for him. But no, like it was impressive how we could like I remember um in Montpellier, I think it was like okay, we have a like after a whistle, we've got the ball. He takes a big shot, boom, go through bikes, through two bikes, like it was just insane. After that, it was little bit more difficult, like in New Zealand, I would say. Luca was pushing the limits a little too much, like little bit too many falls,
Yeah.
and that started to impact our results a little bit. But could have been in the other way. But I think I don't think he was being a dick, but he was pushing the limits a little
Yeah, and by pushing the limits, you mean, like, playing at a pace and a speed and doing
yeah,
maneuvers that were more risky maybe than
risky, like, and
Yeah.
sometimes risky for him too.
Yeah.
You don't want to be seriously injured playing bike polo. It's not
No.
professional, like seriously.
Yeah.
So be careful for yourself.
For sure, I think that's something that we should all keep in mind when we're playing, no matter how high the level is. We gotta make sure we're taking care of each other on the court, both teams. You still brought Luca to Lexington in 2017,
Mhm.
and you also added Alex Blacko to the team as well, I believe, right?
Alex Valco and in Lexington, I think it was 5, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So we're with Quentin Valette from Rouen,
Okay.
amazing player too. With Quentin, we played so many years against each other because he
Mm.
was playing for the Hooks from Rouen. We were always playing the finals at every French championships, and so we knew each other very well. But super nice guy. Like we did, we did great. We did our best. Alex played amazing too. So yes, I think that was my last competitive tournament. I think
Yes.
after that, yeah, I got my first kid, and we just have new priorities.
Yeah. So you kind of transitioned away from bike polo after Lexington and you started being a father. And I mean,
Yeah,
of course, priorities change, right?
yeah, I think you have to know your limits too again, and the direction your life wants to take. So having a kid, I couldn't see myself like being away so often.
I mean, it's so hard. And bike polo, even like for myself, I'll just say it's been really challenging to balance bike polo with the rest of my life.
But it is also so addictive.
I know. There's nothing like being on the court,
Yeah. So,
especially that feeling in the finals of a tournament
mhm.
when, like, I don't care what's happened previously in the tournament, the finals are just different.
Yes, but this feeling I I could live without. I think now it's so
Yeah,
much stress.
there is a lot of
You
stress.
want to win so much that you're not yourself. You're someone else. You're a robot that wants to win. It's not
Yeah.
fun.
Uh, I
It,
agree.
even when you need the tournament, you open your beer and
I
that's
agree.
when the party starts. But
Yeah.
and before that, it's 3 days of like not really fun.
What do you mean, like anxiety kind of for 3 days?
Anxiety, yes. Going to bed early,
Yeah.
eat well,
Yeah.
like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was just in the finals of even just like a small tournament last weekend.
Yeah.
And it's crazy the difference between like I played in the winners bracket final and we won that and that game was like pretty casual.
Look,
And then the finals, obviously I'm playing against Robbie Eccles, but it was all of a sudden a lot more serious.
yeah, well,
Yeah. And it is you're right. Like the anxious feeling is there, but that feeling of even just pickup can be super intoxicating just being in the zone on the court. And it's so easy to put so much of our lives into bike polo that we can let other things in life that are also important kind of fall to the background sometimes. I don't know if you've ever done anything like that. I know I have many times.
yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah, for sure. So that's kind of all the results. And I mean, we kind of papered over 4 Euro championships as well in there. We only spoke about the world's ones, but when the resume is this long,
Well,
you know,
yeah. No, I think that was good. Like I achieved my goals with the team, so it's pretty amazing. Even if it's a sport not super well known, that's personal goals that you when you achieve them, it's very nice. But I don't know. Um, now like it's behind me. You know what I mean?
right. Well, now you're in the woods.
Yeah, I'm in the woods, so
Yeah,
I,
you're in
I'm still into polo kind of thing. Like I hear podcasts like yours
yeah,
or the other one in Europe called Qu'est-ce que c'est by
yeah,
friends Wood and Clément. They do a great podcast there too.
it's a great one.
Watch some tournaments, like follow the score. I'm still into it, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, your retirement's going well, but we were able to wake you up last year and drag you out to Grand Rapids for North American Championships.
That was amazing. That was another goal to achieve, like play at NAs, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like we needed a sub in the last, I think, 2 weeks, and we just reached out to Lefty Will, and I can't imagine like a better sub. You fit into the team so well.
That was so
Maybe we didn't have the result that we wanted, but
yeah.
it was we played some really close games against some really good teams. So,
We were surprised by Gravitas.
oh
First
well,
day, first game.
yes, we
What a
were.
team. Yeah, they are doing great recently, so that's amazing. Good for
And
them.
they also did really well at Worlds this past year as too.
Yeah.
Like you look at their like round robin, their Swiss round record, it was outstanding.
Wow.
So that's a very serious team, and I've heard they've even added some new players this year, which I know are really dangerous players. So
Wow.
it's going to be cool to see what they do this year.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, no,
Uh,
playing NAs was like the first thing I thought about moving to Canada. I contacted Mosquitoes
Uh-huh.
anyway when I arrived because I think they were missing a player, and the guys and Andrea said, "Yeah, okay, like we will play next NAs with you." I was like, "Okay, awesome." But then COVID for 2
Yes.
years, so I it changed the plan a little bit. And after that, I played a tournament in Montreal with them. We won, like the only tournament I played like in years. Won that tournament, won the cash money. That was amazing.
Yeah, I remember playing you guys in the Slash Royale tournament
That was
indoors there.
cool.
It was
Very
fun.
well organized too. But after a few months, I was like, will I play NAs again? I'm not sure. Like, will I be available to play, and will I have the money to pay for
Yeah.
flights and stuff? I was not there anymore. So I told Jen, yeah, guys, sorry, but I think I'm out. And
I mean, it would have been pretty cool to see, like, Mosquito at that point was already kind of on top of the North American bike polo scene,
one,
but for them to add you, like the perennial world championship contender, would have been very exciting to watch.
I would have been like so pleased to play with them. So pleased. Like I think we could have done great. I would have been back for sure. I know how to play with the team spirit.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
main point we always got with community is like you don't need to say it. You know, take the net. Like every player must be good at every position,
Mm.
and
Would it have been weird playing with another left-handed player, like
well,
playing with Sean?
yeah, that could have been a bit strange, but we did not too bad with you.
Yeah, Troglodyte was triple
Mm.
lefty a lot of the time last year.
That was not the best. I think two righties and two lefties would have been a little better.
We're blessed around this region, Ottawa region, that we have so many, well, we had so many amazing left-handed players when Tom was here. Let's see. Okay, so Call Me Daddy had quite a few sponsorships, and I think this is one of the things that a lot of people don't realize about Call Me Daddy. But you guys did a lot of kind of like brand development. Who sponsored you? You had Riding in Circles. Who else?
We are very lucky about that. That's true, but it was also a bit of work. We had to contact, like, to keep a good relationship. So it was mainly Lecoq Sportif, a big
Yeah.
brand of sport like clothing,
Hmm.
and then we had what else? Well, we had Milk for the mallets.
Oh wow. Okay.
So cool. Those are good friends, so this was easy to have a good relation with, and they were like just so generous with us. And Quentin even told me, like the founder, one of the three founders, he told me like 2 years ago, you're sponsored for life. I was like,
That's really nice. That's cool.
well, even professional sport players don't have a lifetime sponsorship.
No, no, no.
So that's pretty cool. And well, we had Dizzy there, the shoes.
Okay.
Well, this came from nowhere, and I don't remember them all, but yeah, very lucky to be able to travel. Also, all my career, we had support to travel.
Wow.
So
And
I
so when you
can,
say when you say it was a lot of work, like what was the work that went into getting all these relationships? Because I'm sure a lot of bike polo teams listening would want to do the same thing, especially if it can
yeah,
pay for their travel.
I would be happy to share like how to manage that. That's mostly like send pictures. So you need to find photographers that are okay to give the credit because you want your friends photographers to be credited. So, but you also want to give pictures for free. That's another thing. You have to go to meetings and talk about like what's going on, what season will be looking like. For the Coq Sportif, for example, that was kind of a huge sponsor. We went to their office and had meetings there. Uh, it's a bit of your time, but
Yeah.
as we didn't have jobs that were so much so well like paid, it was good a good way to travel for cheap.
Yeah. I
At
mean, it
least,
was necessary, it sounds like, in that point of your life.
yeah.
Cool.
Totally.
And it just takes time and work. I mean, we got to reach out to people and write those emails and send those pictures, and you
Let's say
never know.
you're a bike polo influencer, and
Yeah,
you're good to
I
go.
guess that's what it is now, the influencer world. Aye, aye, aye. Who would you say were the leaders on Call Me Daddy? Was there one leader? Was it kind of shared? What was the team kind of personality?
Even if I was at the origin, like a cold call, and I asked Joanne to start it, but well, we were like only 3 players, like with the right of say the, their mind, like share everything. Team
Yeah.
spirit was the most important. When Greg joined the team, he has a good eye to notice like the strategies and stuff. So he was a good plus for the team in that sense. And as I said before, like Greg joined the team, he was mostly net, but there was no question asked. He was never like saying, "I'm too much in the nets." Was no, he was just like that's how we played and it was natural. So
Yeah.
Community was very an instinct team. We were playing with our instinct.
Okay.
So no, it was shared, totally shared.
Okay. And that was even the case later on, and like the later runs of when you had like Alex Lacko and even in Lexington, because you
Yeah,
and Paul would be the two that were there forever at that point.
yeah, totally. No, Alex, if he wanted to share something, he was welcome to do it. It was like there was
Even when you're
no,
playing with 17-year-old Luca, you're taking his advice and
yeah,
board too?
yeah, exactly, exactly,
Wow,
and no coach at this point.
it's pretty cool. I'll just move us to some of the questions around like comparing some aspects of bike pole. I think for a lot of people listening, they kind of see France as like this powerhouse in bike polo. And there's been so many amazing, talented players that have come out of France um, in the past, 5 years through Call Me Daddy, Outlaw Birds, Mongrels, and we're seeing even more amazing players now with like Hydra and these other teams. Um, what is it about France? Like, why is this the hotbed for polo talent?
Well, now I think it's a mix of like those young players that are not that young anymore are playing now for like 15 years. So and it's now their turn to shine, inter internationally. I'm thinking of the guys from the south of France that they serve it so well, so much. From Perpignan to like they organize every year they do a big tournament, a major tournament like French, European or Worlds in Perpignan.
Mhm.
Amazing. So big up to them, and you want to see those guys who give so much to bike polo make good results too. So yeah, I think France is very motivated. Switzerland too. I see some nice stuff there. So it's a bit like UK. UK was the biggest scene in 2009. London, so many players. And I don't know what happened there. But France, yes, they are doing things well, always developing new things, equipment. There is a new application, I think, to organize tournaments. We
Yep,
can download and organize a tournament by
pole
you,
operator.
photo operator, exactly.
Yeah.
So, they are still pushing and working for the best for bike polo, and I think that's very cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. And you were speaking earlier about some of like maybe just the travel advantages of being in Europe,
Mhm.
being able to play so many competitive tournaments. I mean, from my eye looking in, and you would tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like in the European game, there's just more competitive tournaments than maybe here in North America, or if there aren't more players have access to more because of the transportation.
Yeah, I think the traveling makes it way easier. Like you can leave on Friday after a walk and be back on Sunday evening, like to be able to walk on Monday. So
Yeah.
it's not the big deal to go to a tournament.
Yeah. And that's
Oh,
very different than us. Like if someone on the East Coast wants to play a West Coast tournament, you're taking 2 days off work minimum. And that's a huge commitment, right? I mean, pay and airplane tickets and the
mm.
costs of all that.
So
Yeah.
you have to be motivated in the US in North America to travel, to play by polo. No, I think the most tournaments you play, the better you become. That's
Right.
the reality, and the most you play by polo, and the better you become.
Absolutely.
That's
And
it.
so you've had an opportunity now to play at a bunch of Euros. You had an opportunity to play at NAs. What would you say are the biggest kind of differences between the two from like on the court from what you've seen?
On the court,
Yeah.
actually, it's pretty similar on the court. It's pretty similar. Off the court, it's very different.
Okay. What's different off the court then?
More party in the US, maybe different
Yeah.
culture, like and fun, like I don't know, workshops. I have seen workshops at NAs. Like, yeah, people don't like to be bored here in North
Mm.
America. In Europe, you just like wait for your game and watch games. That's it. Kind of.
So there's more of like a community party aspect here in North America, you'd
Yeah.
say, versus over there, where at least when you were there, maybe things have changed, but
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, I think you've gotten most of my questions here. I just kind of curious, like, where do you hope the game goes from here?
Ah, I would love to see Polo in the media, like to find this format that makes it watchable, like and interesting for people. Because I think it's interesting, but I don't know why it didn't grow bigger. Because it was a it was already a big growth, but
Yeah.
now it needs to like get bigger in a way.
Yeah, it feels like it's hit its like it's kind of hit the ceiling and it's kind of leveled out a little bit,
Mm.
and we're having trouble pushing through to the next.
In 2012, I already was wondering like where will bike polo go, what it's gonna be, and it's still the same. Or mm, I don't want to say less, but it's it's stable.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So I don't know. I wish it could be viewed by more people. And I heard yesterday that polo on horses is the oldest sport, ball sport,
Oh,
like 600 years before Jesus Christ.
whoa.
So bike polo is a newer version of that.
Yeah.
Maybe it will never end.
And we can only hope. Is there anything you can see that's getting in the way? Like, why hasn't it continued to grow at the speed that it was back in the 2010s?
I think it just need an opportunity, like someone like working for TV or something that say, "Oh, let's do that," like shorter promotion thing on TV, and boom, could be
Yeah,
something.
maybe a Netflix miniseries is what we need or
Net
something like that, like
miniseries.
the Drive to Survive, or you see these
Netflix.
kinda yeah.
But the problem is, it's not a problem, but I think bike polo needs some leader to achieve that,
Mm.
and maybe the world champions are the best persons to achieve that goal. Like to represent bike polo. I know Morgan do stuff, nice stuff, podcasts and stuff here and there. That's cool. Bouchard maybe too, but it needs big efforts to grow the sport.
Yeah. It definitely takes a leader, maybe some more organization involved as well.
Yeah,
Right now, everything is so kind of, like, disorganized,
when
Even the organized stuff is still kinda
but
disorganized.
it's not easy. I recognize that. Like
Yeah, it
you
takes
don't
a lot of
expect,
work.
you cannot ask people that are not paid to do organization to give more than what they do. So maybe we need to organize like people work for bike polo organizations. That's their job.
Yeah.
Maybe it can help.
When you look back at how you used to play bike polo in 2010 and 11, and you get on the court nowadays, is there any parts of the old game that you miss?
Right now, I miss bike polo. That's it. Like I miss playing because I don't play at all, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I play once a year.
Yeah.
The pickup I played with you in Ottawa last summer. So much fun. So much
Yeah,
fun.
you were crushing it. Yeah, we
I
love
don't
playing on that little it's a little bouncy, that court, but it
code
gets
it yet,
just
but people are great.
yeah, for sure. Uh, okay. My last little section of this interview, okay? Being left-handed in bike polo.
Well, that's
Oh,
amazing. I think that's what you want on your team. I don't
okay,
know.
why? A lot of people don't want to play with lefties. They think it's weird.
Really? I think it's the best, but well, first of all, when I started playing bike polo, I started with my right hand
Oh,
for
really?
2 weeks, then shifted to my left hand and game changer. So I encourage everybody that is not good with his right hand to try with the left hand. Who knows?
Yeah.
And no, I think just passing to a righty, like going to the net, passing. What we did with Paul actually, that was like we had a good timing of lefty righty passing that makes some nice plays, you know. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see only drop pass and big rips, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You
You
want to
want to
see
see
those
some
cross
passing.
passes. And it's
Yeah.
easy when both arms are on the inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means lefty's going up the right side, righty's going up the left side. You can kind of
Mm-hmm.
pass it back and forth more easily that way.
So no, I think that's right. Lefties are the future.
He's the future. I mean, lefties have been the past, man.
Yeah, lefties are the best.
Like, even you look at, like, clobber politics with Lefty Joe,
Mm.
obviously, you being a lefty player that won a bunch of tournaments, you saw Sean Marsh, you and Mosquito use his leftiness, um, a lot in how they play their game, putting them on the crease, and it was kind of interesting how they got have players staggered facing different directions on defense. I agree with you. I mean, I'm left-handed too, so maybe I'm biased, but, it definitely adds a different dynamic to all the teams I play on.
Three lefties on the team, too much. Again, too
Okay.
much.
I've made
Never
this
again.
mistake a few
Never.
times.
That's all.
Uh, was there ever any kind of, like, when you started playing, kind of like, "Oh, left-handed player, like, bullshit," kind of stuff? Was anyone
Yeah,
ever
well,
saying that?
works for sure. Well, lefty bullshit, but there was also lefty magic, so people knew, you know, that there was something about it. But yeah, I don't know.
Why
I,
don't you, you got a lot of fans probably listening, so what are you doing nowadays? Like, you say you're obviously a father, but what else do you have going on?
yeah, father of two now, little girl, little boy. They're gonna play polo soon, hopefully. This this site in nature where we rent cabins in the woods, an A-frame and two other little cabins all year. We rent those. Really cool. That was the dream, Canadian dream. So Delia cook food for the cabins for our customers. They're pretty lucky people. They eat well. And little shout out to Julia for we met through Bicolo.
Really?
So
That's
yeah,
a beautiful story.
that's pretty cool. I think we met in 2012, right after the world. Like I just won the world, and my eyes opened suddenly to the world again. And I met Julia, and yeah, then we got married. Had two kids, and started this crazy adventure of building cabins in the wood. That's now that's great. She's the best. So motivated about everything. That's pretty cool.
If anyone wants to come rent a cabin from you up in Canada, where would they find the information to do that?
They can go on terre-et-neige.com. So earth and snow.com, but terre et neige, and then they will find our website. We had few polo players already. Oh,
Oh, cool.
yeah, complete
I
that
mean,
thing.
I've been out and I've seen some of the property there, and it's beautiful. I mean, if anyone wants to take a really relaxing vacation into the Canadian woods,
Yeah, and
not far from Ottawa, it's
mini
a
polo court
gorgeous
10
place.
minutes away.
Yeah,
Mm.
it, it's gorgeous, and you get some delicious food too, is what I hear. So very cool. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me today. You shared some amazing stories. Before I let you go, is there any other things you want to say or stories you want to share that you had prepared?
No, I just want to say thanks to you, and also congrats for starting this podcast again. That's a very cool project. Hope it's gonna lead you to good opportunities.
Oh, thanks.
I know you're already sponsored by North Pole, but maybe Nike would contact you, or you're gonna open the door to supporting bike polo.
Yeah, I mean, we're always open to sponsorships. Anyone listening wants to sponsor the podcast, just send me an email or message me wherever. I'm happy to do some ad reads for you. Just again, thanks, Will, for coming on, sharing those stories. Like I said, you're a player I looked up to a long time, and getting to actually know you and be your friend nowadays is
Yeah, that's cool.
it's a dream come true too. So that's really cool.
No, come on, get it.
This
Okay, awesome. Thanks, buddy. That's awesome.
awesome. All right, thank you very much.
See you soon.